Peter Dougherty, the financial planner for Americans in Spain. Got a quiz for you today. The question is, what is usufructo? Is it a new drink at Starbucks? Is it something the Google folks have cooked up to call artificial intelligence? Is it a Latin word that means the ability to use and enjoy some asset? It's the third. It's a Latin word. It's used very frequently in Spain, not in the United States. It's used very frequently, for instance, with wealth tax, in Spain, income tax, inheritance tax. So let's spend a minute talking about it. I could, in the United States, have a cup of coffee that I own. I could, in Spain, have a cup of coffee that I own the usufructo. That's the coffee inside the cup. Someone else may own the cup itself. So that's the concept of usufructo. You're splitting an asset into someone who enjoys the asset and someone who owns the asset. And why is it important? Not only because it runs through so many taxes in Spain, but because it's something that we don't already know about as Americans. So how is it used? Well, I may, as a widower, inherit just the coffee within the cup, the usufructo. The kids may inherit the cup itself. And so that's why it's important to know about how is it valued. Usufructo, so I really like the way they do this in Spain. Usufructo is valued because we know what the value of the cup and the coffee together is valued. That's got an appraised value. And if we subtract the usufructo value, we get the remainder, which is just the cup itself. So how is usufructo valued? Usufructo, there's two kinds of usufructo. I could have the use of this coffee, the ability to enjoy this coffee for life, or I could have it just for a temporary time. If I had it for life, the value of usufructo would depend on my age. In other words, the younger I am, the more years I would have to enjoy it, so it probably is worth more. The second kind of usufructo is just temporary. And so in that case, there's a formula that you take the number of years you have the usufructo times 2%, and that's the value of the usufructo. So you take the value that we know from an appraised value of the cup and the coffee, you subtract out the usufructo value that we've just talked about to get the value of the cup itself. Usufructo.